another episode of Women, Cocktails, and Whatever. It's your big little sis, De'Azia.
Chelle and Tonic.
Hey, boo.
Hi.
We twinning them?
I feel like we twinning them a lot.
We do.
A lot.
I don't know what that means. Cosmic Universe, please tell us.
They told us that we should be color coordinated on our shows.
You gotta coordinate.
I got a rant.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready. You want to rant before snake bites or after?
We can take the snake bites,
Okay.
and then I'm a rant.
Clink, clink.
1-800 contacts got me out here bogus.
Ooh, we blind?
We not blind, but I put in my order March 10th.
Okay, we in April.
We almost at April 10th. And I put it in prior to me running out of contacts. So now that I'm on my last leg of a contact and it's old, and I know it's old because those who wear contacts, you know, it start not being as pristine as it once were, right? And so,
That was me, I'm sorry.
okay. So right side we cool. Left side it's just a little blurry out here in these streets. It's a little dusty. And I reached out to them the other day and was like, hey, can I get an ETA? And they were like, oh, yeah, it's been on a back order. I know it's been on back order.
Everything can't be on back order still. What?
Vision should not be allowed to be on back order.
I'm just not understanding.
Vision.
I think we should be able to see. I think you should be like, you know what? Let's prioritize shipping these very specific things.
So then they keep telling me,
Vision and birth control. I feel like you go ahead and just make it free at this point.
They keep telling me, oh, yeah, as soon as it come in, we're going to hurry up and ship it, not charge you the 1 day fee. I understand that.
Are you shipping extra boxes with this?
Can I have my contacts?
I feel like you should get free glasses.
And the crazy thing is they're out of my right side when I need the left side. So I'm like, you just want to send me that one set of contacts?
Send me a couple boxes.
Of that one. That's the one I need right now.
Can you order just all left?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be like, just
but I placed the order for both. You know, I placed
send me some extra though.
A yearly order.
I feel
for
like
both.
y'all should send me 3 extra months of
so
left.
I don't have to worry about
just
it anymore.
Send me 3 extra months of left because I feel like y'all got
because contacts not cheap. That's number one. They're not cheap.
You have them.
And I'm blind.
How are they? Okay, hear me out though. I really be wanting to know when people say like, "Oh, it's on back order." Where are you getting my shit from that it's on back order? Like, where are you ordering contacts from?
ProClear.
But we don't have it ain't one here in the U.S.
You know, I didn't actually look to see. It might be cheaper ordering from ProClear directly. You just never know. But I'm just kind of like, vision is important. And I feel like you should allow me to want to see.
We need you to see.
Exactly.
We need you to see.
I would like to see.
I feel like, yeah. You want me to write a letter to corporate?
No, that's okay.
I feel like write a letter to corporate. Flip it. Write a letter to corporate. That's what we gonna do. Cause you need 3 free. I don't know why the number 3 makes sense in my head for you to get 3 months free of something.
Yes.
But
yes.
If I order in advance and I had paid a subscription, and then you decided it was a delay, cause you decided that I didn't decide that.
I didn't ask.
Then I feel like I should get.
I just think you should give me my money back and still give me my order.
I don't know that the people gonna do that.
I mean, or at least half off something.
Okay, we can do.
You owe me money.
We can run you
and not shipping and handling. You owe me money.
We can run you a 20% off your future order or send this back
50.
in advance. Okay.
Off of this current order, because I can't see.
You should just be like, I'm legally blind.
I might be. Y'all know I'm blind.
What happened to that lady? There's so much stuff that happens on the internet and we never know.
We totally got sidetracked though, but about this drink that you created, it looks beautiful.
S.O.S. Please someone help me. It's not healthy for me to feel this way. Oh, you I make. Let me tell you how for a long time. You know when they spell stuff in songs? And I'm just like, why owe you all the bitches spelling? But then I think I did not want that to be what you were spelling because grammatically that's the incorrect one that you're using. And so I think my mind didn't like it. I think that's what happened in that scenario for real. And then I was like, in text, like, no, you could just say you are. I digress. Okay, yeah, my little concoction. I've been liking concoctions.
You have, and I like to get the recipe.
So this one is called, I named it. Thumbs up for me because I named it, okay? It's called the Lavender S.O.S. Let me see how we got the name, okay? Right? Because there's some shit in here. And I was like, ugh. And
SOS,
then
first aid.
First aid, right? So it was like limeade, first aid. There's some herbal stuff in here that normally helps you, settle in with your ailments. And I was like, oh, it's like a little SOS. So
I like the name. I think it was
SOS.
perfect.
Thank you.
Yes, tell us what's in it.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to take some blueberries.
Blueberries.
Get you some blueberries. Get you some ginger. I like shaved mine down. You can just slice it and put it in there if you want to. Get you some mint. Clap that. Throw it in there, and I sprinkle dash of lavender buds. Okay, and we muddle. And then I added a half an ounce of lavender simple syrup per drink. Okay, then I did a little extra muddle after I added that in there. And then I added the gin and the limeade. Gave it a little shake that shit up, a little razzle dazzle with it. Okay, and then you strain and pour into your glasses. I chilled our glasses. Y'all don't have to, but it makes it easier when you don't have ice. And then top it off with tonic water. It's probably about like 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of tonic water.
That's a lot.
And then
I don't like tonic water.
It's lavender though. That bitch be kicking. And then sprinkle a little bit of like lavender buds. I was trying to be bougie, so I tried to like torch these lavender buds. I don't know that it worked, but we'll see if it's a little smoky flavor. But yeah, that's
I'm ready for it, and it's so cute. Ooh, and it smells like herbal stuff.
Hey,
yo, you. This is nice. I tell you,
production. I forgot your glass, but it's over there. It's over there.
This is so nice. So nice. I'm telling y'all, gin be my favorite drinks.
Listen, it's something about it. Secretly, okay. So back in the day, they used to be like, oh, they used to prescribe people like liquor for ailments, and it's normally like whiskey or. I think gin was like originally supposed to be some like you'll mellow yourself the fuck out. Like before people was like big on the other torchable herbal remedies of the earth.
Other torchable remedies.
Which I might start calling it.
I like what you did there.
The torchable remedies. I feel like people was like, you know what, you're stressed. Go get you take a little cap full of gin. Because that was when it was like bootleg.
So it was
there was no rating on this. It was death or feel good is what you got here.
Death or feel good.
I think that's what gin was. It was death or feel good. So that's my drink. I'm happy about this. You ain't no good.
Nah, I like this.
Sparkle. It is pretty. It's so cute.
It's pretty.
It was so cute. Like when I made it.
It's pretty.
When I strained it, I was like, ooh, she did.
I'm tickled. I'm sorry.
Submit a drink to a contest. I'm like, ooh.
It's pretty. It was the back of the throat for me.
It's
pretty.
It is. That's my drink. That's my drink for the week. Okay, so we got stuff to talk about.
We do. It's time for a little girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl talk.
Work that body.
I'm gonna find a new theme song. I think it's time.
Oh.
No, not
I mean,
time.
I gotta learn another song.
I don't know.
We gonna make it up.
I was just gonna get
if we make
creative.
it up, then I can,
Just get a little creative.
Know how long it took me to figure out where that one came from.
Work that body.
Still unsure if we're on
class act. It's class act.
I'm aware. But like I'm just saying, if the song came on in the car, it would take me a minute to put two and two together and make sense. Is all I'm saying to you. Oh, come on in the room. Okay, what we got for girl talk?
What we got?
Okay, so we have several things.
It was this for me.
We have several things. I would like to first dive.
I would like to dive in.
So it's a little thing going around the internet. This is a sidebar from Girl Talk. You seen a little thing where they like, who's the better singer?
Why the fuck people in it? Wait. The category had Usher baby, Trey Songz, Breezy, and Jamie Foxx.
Oh no, that ain't even the one I saw.
Oh, that's the one
they
I saw.
put this nigga in the category with Tank, Jamie Foxx, Usher, Trey Songz. Why is the internet toxic?
Okay, first of all, I didn't see the one with Tank. However,
even in the one you talking about with Chris Brown, Usher, Jamie Foxx, Usher.
Here's the thing. No, this is the part that before I even looked at it, it was like, what's the question? Like, who gotta go?
Yeah, who gotta go?
So whoever shared
but
it.
But singing wise, it's
specifically to singing. This is the part that made me actually go back and look at it. So, somebody shared it on my page, and their response was Jamie Foxx. And I was like, what's the question?
You can go to hell.
I was like, wait, what's the question? And I went back down to look, and I was like, you picked Jamie Foxx and Trey Songz is sitting right here?
There's a pit in hell that leads to another pit.
Jamie Foxx?
With a locked room that you can go into. If you don't pick Trey
Songz
in any of these scenarios, in any scenario you pick Trey Songz, I'm gonna be like
Trey Songz. Over Jamie Foxx.
Like, first of all,
I'm a Trey fan. I like his music prior to him being creepy, but I like Mr. Songz, but Jamie.
But over vocally. Like, if I gotta put my life on somebody being able to hit a run live, you feel me? Like, you gotta, like, my life, they be like, yo, you staking your life on this.
Your side of the
bed. My side of the red beans and rice ain't no beds. Cause why? I'ma be dead. Like,
where is Phil? That's his name, right?
Yeah, Phil is the last that I had saw. He was a teacher. I don't remember where he stayed at. He still performs though, like randomly. He was on a couple of years ago though. He had done, I don't remember if it was American Idol or I think American Idol actually. I don't know what American Idol. It was one of those singing shows, but I'm pretty sure American Idol.
I don't know if you paid.
This for like Hollywood, I think.
I don't know if you paid attention to this particular young woman that's on the TikTok. She's an adult, but she has a voice like Miss Chelle. Like
the vocal cords.
Yeah, so she sounds like a child, and then she sings. It's like belting out. And so I first saw.
Hey, girl.
Yes, I first seen her on the TikTok, and I was like, "Yo, that's amazing!" Like how sultry and deep, and her voice sound like a 2-year-old. And then, dead ass, that transition, and she was just on American Idol or something like that. Nice. Yeah, I saw that on the TikTok. I was like, because I seen her, I was like, I know her. Oh, it's the girl with the voice.
And you know what they started doing? You know, I love all the little cooking shows. Mm-hmm. Like, not a lot of, but they're starting to bring in like the TikTok and Instagram chefs. To the cooking shows, and some of them motherfuckers
get down.
Get down. Like, you know, you be watching them and be like, do you know what you're doing? So I like that. The people who we are starting to recognize, because social media is its own platform.
Is it too many? And this is not where our girl talk was going.
It was not supposed to go there, but that I don't know why it irks me so bad that y'all try. Stop. If you pick Trey Songz, you are toxic. I think your mother didn't hug you enough as a child, if I'm being honest.
That's deep.
I'm just saying, because Trey Songz.
Okay, question. But do you think that, I don't know if there's a way to say there's too many, but do you think that there's too many influencers?
Oh, this is a very random, not even girl talk, in the news thing. You know, like TikTok and Facebook is no longer paying people, like influencers, for their reels.
Okay.
They was like, yeah, nah, we ain't finna do this shit no more. And I think that's part of, because there's so many people now that, like, if you can get a couple videos to go viral, they now have to start paying you for that. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of money to cash out for content that's probably similar, stolen.
That part.
And then the legality of having to track that or monetize that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think that it's like the catch-22, right? Because there's billions of people living their lives. So there's gonna be, with social media, you're gonna see a lot of it, but I don't know, it's weird. Like, how do you leverage or differentiate between we making the same? Because I've realized that there are people who I followed that I had been, like, following for a long time that come up on my timeline, and then there's new people who, like, do similar things, and I realized, not that they stole it, but like, it's, you've seen
And then
this
I guess
before it
the
started, got influenced
Yeah,
by
then the
this.
question I'm always wondering, like, do people steal it? Like, or maybe we recognize that particular person first compared to you, and you could have been an originator, but because I seen you do it first, I didn't know this was the originator over here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that, like, I know that they were the originator because of how long I've been following them and, like, when their page started.
Yeah.
There's other people who are doing it, like, you might have just started doing the same thing, and, like, we, especially black people, we all know we live the same fucking lives.
All the time.
So, like, you're bound
So
to see.
wild.
Like,
So wild.
we just be like, oh, look
So
at
you
you
do
over
that
there
too.
looking and doing the same thing. That's so nice for us. So there's people who, like, have entire followings that you can have 13 influencers in the same room doing the same thing, and they each gonna have a different set
of followers.
Like, you drew a Venn diagram. It'll be like, here go your couple in the middle, like, who scroll and see everything, and then you pop up. So I don't know. It's crazy, but that's probably why they like, y'all ain't getting no money out of us no more for these reels. They all look alike. It's all the same thing. That wasn't where we was going. But stop picking Trey songs for anything. And like, okay, truth be told, like, you know, like, Trey songs got some like, oh, this is a sexy song, that's nice. But he ain't like, vocally, if I had to choose, you is not my panty dropper. I know you make the song panty dropper, but like, if I had to put a song on.
Not vocally, but it was something.
No, I said not his songs.
No,
like, he had
I'm
songs.
gonna say it was something
Now,
about an 08, 09
your
Trey.
studio edits of
Yes.
Trey songs.
It was something about a I'm ready.
As soon as they keep coming on,
It was a thing for me at one point in time in my life. He had the smirk.
But then
he had transition from the braids to
in
the
real
fade.
life, if Trey songs walk up to you and be like, yo, in your ear. In your ear, you gonna be like, yeah, I'm ready.
Not the Trey songs I know now.
Like, even before all of that.
No, he could have probably got away with it because I was infatuated in 2009.
No, if
I might have been, look, just take it.
Yo, ass needs to calm down. Be quiet, because I didn't want it. I didn't.
But it's so wild, like how a person's personality make them so unattractive. Like, I really did, like, back then I used to be like, ooh, Trey she just did something for me, right? And like now I'm like, Trey songs.
I think,
and it's crazy. I don't think he's not an attractive person, but like now knowing or being like the alleged crimes that's been like, you know, gone or whatever, I'm just kind of like,
yeah, like, it's just like, I don't. Okay, here's the crazy thing.
Deep side.
You know how we talk about, like, this is not the girl talk we was gonna have.
Not at all.
But this is what we finna talk about. Okay, you know how we be like, men can have big dick energy, right? And they be like, and sometimes they don't even be having big dicks, but like, it's big sex energy. Like, you be like, you know what? Whatever you got, you do very well with whatever that is. Do you, like, I feel like men have your creep energy.
Absolutely. What?
And not even just in terms of like, oh, you out here real creepy and like, but just in terms of like,
you a creep.
There's a you're a creep energy, and there's a like, you good for a fuck energy. And I feel like we don't talk about that enough.
Okay, tell me more.
Like, I think, you know, like, every male who has big dick energy does not mean that they only good for a fuck. Like, some of y'all got big dick energy, and then y'all are exceptional men, and we be like, oh my God.
You're great and you prop dick too.
It is dick too? Wow. Look at you being God's favorite. That's so, amen. Plus for you, right? And then there's some men where you be like, big dick energy. And then you be like, that's all it is though. Like, it's just a fuck. Like, this ain't just, that's so, I mean, that's nice for you, but that's sad for you. Because
it's the people.
You don't come with nothing else. It just be like, here's a dick. And then, that's nice.
It be having the energy and not possessing the power. And I don't like that.
Ooh. Because that's disappointing. It be disappointing. Like, you be like,
I'm sorry.
Oh, why did I feel bamboozled. Hoodwinked. Like, I think this is what men feel like when you see a girl right there, you know, like, the bodycon dress is
it's given.
We be out here deceitful. Deceitful. We are deceitful. A bodycon dress make a girl who wants hen look like she is all of 175 in the ass. Okay, you really just out here with the Spanx on, it's lifted, okay? You done push your little boobs up with your push, and then you get in the house and be like,
you a buck honey.
where your ass go? Where did? God damn it! Right? Like I feel like that's how we feel when it come to niggas who.
I
like,
know, I do feel away
where
from
did the dick
men.
go?
Nah, for
Damn.
men that like you see a woman, she bad, right? Boobs sitting, ass sitting, stomach flat, toes white, cause y'all like that shit.
Why do I like white toes?
Hair laid, man. You know, you just see she be good, and then you get in the crib and she take all that off. Yo, it's like a whole nother person, and I really
like a BBL bodysuit.
Yes, I have seen those. And I'm like,
stop inventing things that nobody asked.
She got the extra Spanx, the Spanx that leave the booty out, so that's it. These that pull the tit up, you know. Then she done whipped off the lashes, took off the press off, pulled off the weave, and then you like, hey. And
let me tell you what this just made me realize. Like,
I'm sorry, man.
So my mama used to call it body armor, where you put on like your Spanx, you put on your corset, you put on like your onesie, so you like, and I feel like that's the shit you need to wear when you like, I'm trying to be good and I fuck. Because it's like old school. You know, like back in the day, you had the fucking...
Not the chastity belt.
The chastity belt. That's what the fuck the shit is. Because imagine going home and like...
But that's my thing. Like, I could never really fathom putting all that on and then bringing a man back.
You got to be
because now what?
You have to have helped me get into this.
Wait, it ain't no sexy way to take the shit.
I mean, if it was just a corset, maybe, because you can like unsnap and a corset.
No, I'm talking about the body armor. It says
okay, let me tell you. This is from my body is deceiving. My body will make you think I work out. I know angles very well. Okay, it's the equivalent of like I know when my gut finna fall out. Ain't no sexy way of warning you that like, baby, this come with belly. It ain't no sexy way. Like you got to just know that it come with belly. You got to comfortably say. I don't even bother most of the time to be like, let me go put on a girdle or something. Like, for what?
One, they're uncomfortable, but like two, it's
gonna come out anyway.
There's no sexy way, and so that's why I know a lot of men don't like women with makeup. And I think there's a thing about wearing makeup and creating a new face, right?
Let's talk about it.
So I feel like I try to do makeup that I still look like me, right?
Your makeup is very natural.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really be like glam. Like, I don't do
no, but like, it's just, when you glam, but you know that it's glam.
Yeah.
If I just saw you like in makeup.
I don't know, I try to be like, this is me.
Yeah,
so if we get I just want you to know you already seen me.
She fine like this for real in real life, she is.
Somebody told me, they was like, you look like your pictures. And I was like, yay. Yay.
Yeah, okay, that was but like, it was the BBL bodysuit.
That was about to make me go into the next conversation of you hear the girlies is taking out the BBLs.
Yes.
Removing the silicones.
Have you seen
Black China?
Angela? Because she ain't Black China no more. Have you seen Angela?
I know.
Since then, she looks the fuck good. Here's my problem. It's not my problem. It's I can't tell you how to live your life. However, I think some people should acknowledge that like, everybody don't need work done. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you know, like people get work done for very specific reasons. Mm-hmm. Like your cheeks, you want them to be more supple or high, like you get older. If you're not in a position where you reach that stage of life or you even are that experienced, even if you're trying to like compete with like standards of beauty, right? You typically look bad when you get stuff done. I'ma just keep it funky. Mm-hmm. Like if you didn't need it and you get it done, it don't look right. Black China for a very long time to me
didn't look right. And
I have known Black China since like King of Diamonds days. Since Drake in the song talking about her days, I have seen her. She was beautiful. Mm. Okay, original body and face Black China. I was like, you know what? I get why Drake keep coming here. I know why he is in Miami all the time. This makes the fuck sense to me. And then she started getting the fillers and all that. And I was like, that's a lot. And now that she's taking them out, I'm like, yeah. Because I don't know what the fuck that was.
I mean, at least she got things that she can remove. Yeah. You're not stuck in a way.
But she's getting her tattoo removed too. She's getting a lot done. It's like the reversal process of that though.
I mean, and it's crazy everybody making this big deal about it, but people act like K. Michelle didn't just do the same stuff.
That's why I'm like the girlies. K. Michelle did it.
But people just don't like K. Michelle.
I mean, Because she shakes the table.
I don't have a problem with K. Michelle, but I do
like
know.
it. We gonna light some candles. What happened? Something?
We gonna
Very
light some
special
candles tonight.
I don't like when she yodels.
Very
She's gotta be a
special.
country singer. I digress. Yeah. Very special.
That was my hit. That was
That's
a heavy. That's the
is
one
that
K.
one?
Michelle song I know for real, for real.
The only other one I know she made is Can't Raise a Man, but
I don't know it for real. Like I know everybody
I
like
know
that
that the song
but
was
I
Can't
don't.
Raise a Man.
Is that the one that sampled the Can You Stand the Rain, or did she redo Can You Stand the Rain?
What are you talking about?
Can
She got the rights to that?
you stand- I feel like she sampled the song. Am I making this up? I might be making it. We're going to double check on the break.
For you at all.
Oh,
On that note.
I'm going to double check.
But yeah, the girls are removing the BBLs. And I think for a long time, people have been saying how, like, as you get older and the longer you have those things, it can, like...
And when you have them, you get them so young. Your body ain't even finished developing to the body you supposed to have, ma'am.
Like, I feel like, I'm telling you,
Ma'am.
when I hit 45, I'm going to be like, all right, my ass ain't assing no more. Go ahead. And I don't even, first of all, I'm going to Brazil because, you know, they've been doing that for a long time. And I don't feel like I want injections or nothing. I'm going to just be like, you know, shape it up a little bit. You know, pull some skin in. I might get like the Brazilian where they like suck it out my tummy. If I ain't got rid of my stomach by then, I'm going to be like, just throw that fat back there. Okay. Throw the fat in the back so I can throw it back. Okay.
Throw that fat in the back.
That's what I'm with. Like, I'm lifting my titties out.
But you know what, realistic, I'm always like, if your stomach look flatter, your ass look bigger anyway. So,
make it do
what it do.
We gonna do another shot.
Time for shots.
Okay.
And we're back.
Another round. Who made that song? Was that Trey song?
What? What song was this?
Another round.
I don't know.
That's Trey song.
Chris. Breezy.
Them. The collectives of the light skins.
Collective of the light skins.
Collectives of the light skins. Okay. So, I want to get into a little bit of sports related news. Why the fuck are y'all bitches twerking at the Bulls game? This is why people don't come to our fucking city. What's wrong with you?
Oh wait, this wasn't Chicago people? I thought this was Chicago people.
I know. I'm saying this is why people don't visit us, niggas. This is why you don't have no fucking decorum.
They got a box.
No, you didn't even have the money boxes.
They had a private.
No, you didn't have the money boxes that's up where it'd be like, can't nobody see this and nobody is like really enclosed. Like you notice that there's a difference in boxes. Okay, y'all, you bitches. For y'all who don't know, okay, somebody went to the Bulls game. Yeah, we got money. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, we going to Blueberries. That's so nice for you. I'm so happy for you. And y'all bitches bought in a stripper. And you know the normal boxes at any sports arena, okay, them bitches is not closed doors.
No.
It's see-through.
Yes.
You see the people next to you.
Yes.
You see the people next to you.
Yes.
You see the people down there.
Yes.
Y'all out here ass twerking for the gods, throwing money, making it rain on people's children. Fuck is wrong with you? This is a motherfucking basketball game. It's children here. And you bitches, like, oh, I got my thong on. I'm gonna make some money. You that pressed? You that hard up?
You didn't even go like back with a seat behind the seat part. You didn't even go right there, like in that little section. That's right.
You are at a basketball game. You shouldn't have went nowhere with your ass out.
Thanks.
Like, and this is not, I don't want nobody on the internet to be like, well, Lizzo had, this not the same fucking shit. Lizzo came and sat in her motherfucking seat, and had they decided not to keep zooming in on her, we wouldn't have fucking known her ass was out. She literally came to her floor seat tickets to sit the fuck down. You bitches is in a box throwing money. Niggas trying to eat popcorn. Why are there dollar bills? It's dollar bills in my salt. What the fuck is this?
I saw it, and I was just like, niggas. Just really, that was my whole commentary when I saw it. And then I kept
all of y'all.
I hope y'all can't come back to no more Bulls games.
Banned for life. It's the fact that, so you know now the United Center has, like, you know, they put on a statement like you have to have, like, you can't wear these things, can't bring this inside. Now they gotta say no strippers.
Who would have thought? It's never a day.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is sacred?
Nothing.
And I don't even mean in terms of, again, all of y'all know, for the internets who don't know, I love the strippers. I love a good strip club. Listen. She heard me. There are strippers I know by name, okay? I love strip clubs. Love strip club culture. Strip club culture.
Private party culture.
I'm not at a basketball game to see strippers. I would have gone to the strip club that plays the sports games on the big screen I wanted to see a basketball game and strippers. That's where I would have went.
That part. You know, people always got to push the envelope, do something different, wild out.
I was going to say something real bad, and the internet's might kill me for it. But you know, in instances, I'm going to say it anyway, suck my dick, okay? You know, in instances where it be like random shit happening, you be like, ooh, maybe you shouldn't have been doing that. If she had just twerked her way over.
It was a glass, wasn't it? It's a glass right there.
But it's not glasses. Like, it does stop you if you, like, you know, it's like probably right here on me, but I'm short. But like, people was getting literally like they throwing money and they getting the money because it's coming over there. There's children looking up like, mama, what the fuck is y'all doing? So it's not like it was impossible. I feel like y'all had the niggas in the other booth and niggas like the white people in the other booth, buddy banging on the glass. Like, let me over to y'all section. I'm trying to.
See, I didn't even watch the whole video. See, you did a lot. Like, not a lot like in a bad way, but you watched the whole thing. I saw the ass shaking and then a little money, and I just kept swiping. I was like, And then I was like, oh, it's a Bulls game? That was me. I kept going. I didn't want no pause.
It's because, here's the thing. I wasn't going to watch the whole video. They had the nerve to interview them.
Who is they?
The news of all the things you have to talk about. Y'all went
to find them.
The man's, like, what they put on his name was official money thrower. I hate Chicago so much. What's wrong with y'all?
Not official money
thrower. Why? Kawhi. Because it's basketball. Kawhi, you had to do this. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I was so mad about it because you're ruining everything.
You so disappointed.
No, because like I want y'all to be better. Like, I want this. That's
you can't want more for people than they want for themselves.
I can. That's my problem. That's my toxic trait. I be wanting more for y'all.
You know what that sound like? Me and De'Azia here has been on a Love is Blind.
Oh my God.
We're on a Love is Blind binge, yo.
Hey, Netflix, y'all some real ones for this show. Because every season.
Hey, yo, Marshall.
Hey,
I don't know where you and Jackie stand.
I like compote. I like fruit compote so much. Like, oh my God. Like,
okay, so.
All the fruit compote, please.
That man got up early. He said, I work from home, so the least I can do is get up and make her stuff. Had dinner ready when she come back, because I know she worked from 7 to 7.
That man rub feet.
She
God.
sat on the couch. He's like, give me your feet. Like, hello. But, so Love is Blind, for those who don't know, if y'all don't know, it's like season 4. What's wrong with you? But it's a show about
this for a long time.
15 people, 15 men, 15 women. They go to like this.
Or 30, ain't it? Or 15?
Well, 30 in
I
total.
It was 30 and 30.
Oh, it's 15.
Okay, I don't know.
Because they were saying, somebody said we went on 15 dates.
Oh, you're right.
So it's 30 people in general, but 15 men, 15 girls, women, sorry. And they go to this secret hideaway. And
it's a storage unit at this point. I think they rent out a storage.
And they have these pods where you got to figure out if love really blind. So you talk to these different people. You kind of like speed date. But you can't see these people's faces. It's all communication. And you just talk. And then ultimately, you're supposed to find a person that you want to marry without actually seeing this person. You're supposed to propose.
And it's over a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's like a week or like 10 days, I think it is, something like that, when they go through this process.
I don't remember all of that.
And I be paying attention. And
it's some weeks. No, I think it's like
I'm saying this initial
weeks.
pod thing. It's like 10 days. The initial pod thing, because you get married in like 4 weeks total.
I used to think I would be able to do that. I don't know that at 10 days.
Yeah, it's like 10 days or something like that in the pods. Anyway, ultimately you go to these days and you find who's supposed to be the love of your life, somebody you want to marry. You propose to them, and then once you propose, you get to see them and meet them. And then once you see them and meet them and you propose, you go to your honeymoon. So all of the couples who've gotten to that point
in
go
Mexico.
Yes, and I feel like the last years it's always been in Mexico. Okay,
I'm just mad because she didn't get her Mexico.
True. So you go to Mexico to do your honeymoon, and then people really show their true colors or whatever. So it's this one couple, Marshall, hey boo, and Jackie.
Marshall.
And Marshall's very like he's got a good balance of masculine and I don't want to say feminine, but
I don't even think that it's a matter of masculine and feminine. He has a very he's
very aware. He's very comfortable with himself.
It's a difference. He's not overly aggressive or assertive. He's like comfortable in him.
Yes.
And that's it.
And so Miss Jackie,
check a bitch,
she's not used to that, as I can see, and so she looks for a little bit more rough guy toxicity.
She's used to toxic.
That's what it seemed like coming across the thing. But anywho, him and her got into this big argument because he's not aggressive enough, and specifically in the bedroom.
That nigga rubbed your feet. It is a pressure point.
And I get you needing a little bit of my man to take control. Like, I get
we had that conversation about him too.
Yeah.
We were like, he was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, I feel like it's going to come out though. Like, he gives me very much so like, he's not the, I'm coming in needing to be the big energy in the room type of guy. But like, if you want to smoke, you want to smoke. And he cool with it. Like, he gives me, I worked hard to control myself.
Yeah.
I understand that energy, my guy.
I got here.
And then he showed us, and I was like, well, right, no. Hey.
They had this argument about him not being aggressive, and he was like, the argument must have obviously escalated. This was off camera, but the argument must have escalated, and therefore he had left the home and went to his actual little apartment. Was like, I'm not about to do this arguing with you. Like, I'm
said, bitch, shut up. And then left. Deal with that shit. He didn't want to deal with it.
And so, like, a day go past, he come back, and they kind of continue in the argument. And she said something along the lines like, why is you here or something? And he...
She was packing her bags when he came in, first of all.
Let me tell you. Because that man, she was like, why'd you here? And he was like, because you a project. And I was like, oh, shit.
Man said, you're a project and I needed something to do and I thought that I could fix you. Do you know what this toxic bitch did? Oh, I'm a project. Panties drop. Oh my God.
I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
Bitch, a nigga.
And then he corrected. He was like, project, okay, I'm just saying, I feel like I'm someone who can help you and guide you. I see where you're trying to go and I can help you get there.
It's the fact that, spoilers, but like, so Marshall is a poet. He is a writer.
He's good with his words. So the fact that he specifically said project.
It's because all the things that he felt about her and their relationship, he boiled down into the most toxic way he could say that. A project. When he came out of that, when she was like, oh my God, my feelings are hurt, and he was like, you're not a project. Literally, like, I met you and I know you have things to work on and I think we counterbalance each other out. So, like, the stuff that you have to grow in, I feel like I'm willing to help you with that and support you in that. And I feel like you make me better and push me. So, like, it's not that you're a project. I think that's a part of, like, relationships. Girl, you see how smooth that fucking shit sounded? And I understand it because that's a relationship. But in your mind, Jackie, what the fuck you needed to hear is that you were a project. So you can be upset and mad and your panties can get moist and you can jump in his arms because he's treating you like shit. You, ma'am, need therapy, okay? I will give you my therapist on speed though.
Man, this season is definitely different from every other season that they've had. This is the fourth season.
Because they let the nigga propose to somebody and not like her and then come and have dates with the other.
Listen, shout out to Bliss. I want to talk about some more reality TV.
Still be being petty, Bliss. Still.
I want to talk about a little bit more reality TV.
Ooh, what we got?
We got to continue the escape.
Nope.
And SWV.
SWV is the problem. I don't care.
I am so invested in this malarkey, and I don't know why.
Tasha stole her sister money. Okay. SWV is the problem. Can we talk about this?
Yes, I said we got to talk
but I'm
more
like,
about
truly,
this.
can we have this conversation of, when there's always people who are like, I don't want catty nuts, specifically with women. There's always
I don't want to be catty as I be catty.
People, women in their people in their egos. It's always this, or like the people who tell you to like you're not showing up or showing up in a very specific way, because that's how they do.
Did you watch last episode?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. So we can talk about this.
I did.
So on the episode, they were going back and forth about what the final song should be, and they were torn between it being weak and it being understanding. Okay, so for me, hear me out. I thought the bigger hit would be the better song to wrap up with, which would be weak, right? It makes sense. Like, I love understanding. Like, don't get me wrong, but weak should be the ending song. It should be your ending song. But the compromise, I thought, could have been they collabed on the song weak.
Oh my God! So I thought the same thing. I was like, why don't y'all start the song off and then at the end we all come in? Maybe they'll get to that. We all come in at the end. Here's the other part that I said though. Part of that compromise, you also have to deal with. We said we want top billing. We not getting top billing. Y'all starting the show off. So when Coco was like, "Oh, they trying to make it seem like they're the headliners," and we're not getting top billing. We are owed and deserve top billing because we've been getting top billing. Mm-hmm. You are starting the show off. It is being introduced with your, like, we are trying to figure out how we gonna have a secondary big intro. Mm-hmm. Because y'all are coming in. Why can't we end the show on ours? If we start with you, why we can't end with us? Mm-hmm. And progression wise of like timeline, starts with y'all, ends with we are the more recent in terms of us as girls groups. Mm-hmm. We are the most recent because we was the latest of the 90s. So it's either we ended on understanding or we got to collab on week. Because I'm not getting my money
that I was supposed
that I wanted.
Oh, Chelle. The conversation was deep. And I was just like, nobody's listening. I don't know if this part we got to do a lot with editing.
No, I don't even think. Here's the crazy thing. I don't think that shit is editing. I think that is 100% like.
I'm not saying what they said wasn't true. I'm saying maybe we're missing more that the conversation had.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're missing conversation. I think the conversation is. I feel like people keep trying to make it seem like Candy is the like. Right, and like, oh, I'm the difficult one, and she's just genuinely being like, this is a business conversation.
I'm a stand for Candy all day, every day, and I don't know if it's because like she just probably the most open. She tell herself like, I'm gonna just stand for Candy, like.
But I respect it being about business. I think Candy is like,
she's a business woman. Yes,
this is about we talking money. We're talking headlines. We're talking like at the end of the day, you sold more records than us, and nobody knows who the fuck SWV is past 1995. Like, I was like, realistically. This younger generation of people who are buying tickets, who are selling out these shows, like...
They're not wrong with saying that people are coming to Escape shows off the skirts of Tiny and Candy. Not that you didn't learn who Escape was, but because Tiny and Candy has been in the street.
And even Tamika said that. Tamika said, if I, as their group member, have to acknowledge that, like, you're not coming for Escape, you're coming for Candy and Tiny.
Yeah.
You, as another group who is older than us,
yeah, no, and that's real. And I'm like, that's why I said I feel like it's editing because part of it, like I feel like we're missing pieces of the conversation. That's what I mean by like I'm saying editing.
No, because them girls was going off solely based on the fact, like she literally said, I'm not finna keep arguing with you about like who gets the headline and having pianos in the dressing room. Teeny can put her own piano in her dressing room. She don't need y'all money to do that. She could pull out this show right now. And like that's the kicker. That's the reality of it. When we're talking about like who gets to do what, if Tiny and Candy pull out that show.
Also, point that was made early in the season. The bigger commodity to see would be Escape. And I say that meaning SWV forever on somebody's tour, back tour.
Yep.
Can't You Do tour, my auntie tour, the uncle tour.
You're on tour all the time.
So if you had 50 tours in a year and Escape only come out for 30.
And they getting big buck for all of them. They're headlining
because
all of
they're
them.
not, it's harder to see them. So more people will come out to see them.
But not just harder to see them. It's who
it's
wants
not as
to be
frequent.
seen.
Yeah.
It's not like Beyonce can fucking tour all year long, and we motherfuckers still gonna want to go see Beyonce every weekend. Nobody's gonna care, right? Like, it's who wants to be seen. Like, who am I paying my money to see? I feel like SWV keeps trying to make it seem like Escape is ego tripping and trying to like downplay them and minimize them, but like, no, honey, like you gotta be realistic. Like, that is the bigger name. They have continuously made themselves relevant to a new generation.
Yeah.
You sold, and they keep going back to like, we sold more records. Tamika was right. She was like, records don't matter now. They don't.
They don't.
You sold more records in the
30
90s.
million
Do
records,
you know
bitch.
What's the last actual album CD?
Oh, and then they made a
vinyl that
good
you
point
bought?
because they was shit. And then they made a good point by saying you talking about how many records you sell, but it's really like a million or 2 million difference. It's not a 30 million thing, but it was like a 5 million thing, whatever the case may be. You sold a million difference between Escape to SWV, and SWV got 5 albums compared to Escape's 3. So if I'm still only a million behind you and I ain't even got as many songs as you,
you not as important as you want to make yourself feel. Come the fuck down, put your ego aside, because if we drop out this tour, what you fucking finna sell? That's the reality.
Because if I'm being honest, Chelle, I probably wouldn't go to an SWV joint, but I would go to an Escape and SWV joint.
I will go to like the concerts or festivals where it has multiple people, and if SWV is there, I'm like,
okay, cool, yay.
I'll go to a House of Blues. If SWV is there, I'll pay my little money.
But I'm not
to go.
No shade, but I'm not going. If SWV was at the House of Blues,
I
would want to say who else is on the docket.
That's what I mean, though. Like, but I'm not going to a venue for a concert. And Teeny said this. Well, she was like, "We got lights, we got outfits, we got like." Y'all coming in here talking about you want to wear combat boots and no shade, but like you're telling them that they're trying to downplay you, baby. You downplayed yourself. I didn't tell you to make your performances like this. You decided on it. You're not gonna keep telling me like you're not gonna downplay me.
And if I have big production as an Escape, if I got monitors and screens and dancers,
all of the shit that
I gotta pay for that. So obviously, I would want the top billing.
You realize all the shit that they doing. The people who's in charge of it is Escape's people.
Yeah.
Because SWV don't have people for them. You
I
don't have somebody for lights. You don't have somebody for production. You don't have somebody for like your.
Now, want to just transition because we already on Tasha's heels about this $30,000.
This more than $30,000 apparently.
But yes, $30,000+. Now we end this episode with a town hall meeting where they had to bring Tasha in to talk about these text messages and this wire transfer between Rocky and said promoter.
You and your husband ain't shit. You and your husband ain't shit. You and your husband.
And so I keep wondering. So this came on Sunday, y'all. And so Friday, I want to say, Tasha came out with her apology tour video.
I don't want you to apologize for. Do you know how?
I don't want you to apologize for something you're not taking accountability for.
This
like
a
that
real
shit
thing
just
like,
bugs me.
hey, yo, black people. This not just on us, cause like I know other people do this all the time. That's what I'm talking to y'all, motherfuckers. Stop stealing money from your family and then acting like they're not supposed to be mad about it because you family. Because you didn't give a fuck about my livelihood, so I'm not gonna give a fuck about this familyhood. And when it comes time for us to get into some gangster shit, I'm gonna choose violence every time. Showing up at family functions.
I'm trying to figure out if she came out with the apology tour because she knew the next episode was gonna drop, right? So I'm like determining the time. Like one, you was getting ate up in the streets. That's in the webs. Because first of all, you keep getting on these interviews and not knowing what the fuck you supposed to say. That shit's just wild. Who is your PR person?
Your husband obviously has no loyalty to you because he keep getting on these interviews saying whatever the fuck he wants to, snitching on himself and you. And now you got to come in pretending. Nigga, if we don't get this lie together before we get on the fucking
That's
internet,
my thing. Like, and then it was you talking. And she talking about show the receipts. And then she showed the receipts, and you like, I don't know. I have never.
My husband did this.
I don't.
You gonna believe the text messages, baby? It's his number.
It's the conversation.
It's his number. He said I showed my wife, and you gonna believe?
Yes, I am.
Bitch, you got me. Stop playing in my face. Stop
That
playing
part.
in people's faces. Please stop.
That part.
Lord, please stop playing in people's faces.
So, because production didn't watch this, so I'm trying to give you the background. On this last episode, they had this town hall meeting. So they have everybody in. They have everybody in to talk. So what happens is Tamika Rocky, Tasha's husband, was talking to a promoter.
Tamika the sister.
Now, I will call her Tiny, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
Clarify for the internet.
So the promoter sent Tamika these series of text messages that happened between himself and Rocky. Mm-hmm. Now Rocky was, I guess, presenting himself. I don't know if I don't want to get this wrong, but like coming off as kind of like a manager-esque
like
type person.
They're tour managers.
Yeah, like tour manager, like promotion stuff like that. And he was, I guess, there was a time where like, you know, Escape wasn't all four of them. It'd be like three of them, and he was promising this promoter, "I'll get all four of them, but you got to kick me $20K on the back end side."
An additional
$20K.
Because he had already sent him $10K.
Yeah.
You niggas is racking.
So on the backhand side, you got to send me this money. I can promise you, I already talked to my wife. She gonna be able to convince the rest of them that we gonna get all four members for this show.
And did this multiple times.
So I guess the promoter sent it to Tamika for whatever reason. I don't even know how they got that. I don't remember. And then presented to show the wire transfer paper that said the money.
This your name? This their phone number?
And so they had this come to Jesus moment with Tasha. And they like, hey, we had received this. And Shorty really sitting there like, what is this?
Not my
husband. You gonna believe the text messages? They like, hey, yo, Shorty. The conversation clearly states, not like fake news. Like, I'm gonna talk to my wife. Okay, Rocky. All right, person. We said this. So she gonna show? Absolutely.
It's if they said, I showed my wife. Man said, I showed my wife. And she, how many times you think she been to court for this nigga? It's because she keep being like, I know. No. Like, how many times you think she been to court for him? For all his other endeavors.
Okay, so that shit happened, right? So they put it on a to be continued. On her apology tour, she has admitted, because her husband has came out that had affairs. She has admitted to having an open relationship. And I'm like, did you really? It's not
an affair if it's open.
I'm like, did you really, or you just trying to cover that up? She went on this whole thing about fake apologizing to Candy. Like, I hate a if I did this apology, right? If I made you feel, if I did this, it's not real. She apologized to Tiny, which I kind of believe, because her and Tiny was actually super close out of everybody, I think. So maybe you fucked up and you like, I fucked with Tiny and that's my girl.
And I think that's why Tiny don't go as hard. Like, I think Tiny has this little bit of, you know, like the people you have a little, like, Tinkerbell in your heart for, and it just makes you want to. I don't really have that for a lot of people.
And then she go on this whole thing about Tamika, how this was between me and my sister, and we want respect, and we just want to talk, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then coming at the interwebs, y'all are like bullies, and y'all don't know what people going through, and y'all do all this stuff and that. And I was like, girl,
what
madam,
ma'am, that made you steal more than $30,000 from
we didn't do anything but comment on what you gave us.
You stole over $30,000 from your sister. Then you proceeded to turn around and tell me that your husband on multiple tour days got over $20,000 per show for y'all niggas showing up. And the reason I said multiple tour days is because Tiny ass said it's about the money coming in the door and out of the door. So if it's going to be situations where money is on the table, we need to talk about that as a collective. He booked multiple dates. This wasn't for one date. The man said, hey, I thought that's how we operated because he done this multiple times. I don't know mathematically if Tasha think that people get killed over lesser things. People get killed in a $20 dice game. Like, let's just be real. And I don't agree with that. I'm not condoning it. But I'm simply saying.
It's the truth.
I'm simply saying the reality is you playing with a lot of motherfucking money that ain't yours. And wanting people to, like, pretend that they okay with it. And that don't make sense to me. She gotta go. From the group, not from life. From the group.
Well, supposedly the group had kind of stated like, ain't no coming back from that, especially if that's gonna be your husband, because that's her manager. So at the end of the day, like, we can't never work with him because we don't trust him.
Because as a manager, you always have the opportunity to go say, I'm the manager. So, like, for my artist, she's getting this percentage. It's not my job as a club promoter to come check percentages. If you tell me X, Y, and Z, it's y'all job to figure that shit the fuck out.
Yeah. And
if I got the money to cover it, then I'm covering.
So.
Concerts.
Since we're talking about concerts, good job, you.
I got you.
Did you watch any parts of the Dreamville concert?
I did. Okay, so here's the thing. It was none of y'all hoes wanted to remind me on Saturday that I was supposed to watch Usher, but thankfully the internet tapped me.
Lies.
You told me when they was like, oh, y'all know it's family
time.
I saw it. I saw him in his blue, and you know that was my favorite blue.
Lies. That's all I got. Because production put it in a chat and was like, "Hey, yo, as we watching Trey, you know, Usher come on and dead ass, and it was in our Nocho group actually, and he was like, "Hey, y'all watching the Dreamville thingamabob."
Shout out to the No Chill podcast.
Shout out to the No Chill podcast, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at Shell's watching it," and then I think I doubled back in. It was like Usher comes on at 8:50.
I did not get none of these texts.
I'm about to say the lies you tell.
No, when I told you that, I was like, oh, I forgot because I had like pinged my like Amazon to remind me, and then it was family day. First of all, it was family day. Shout out to my people because we ate good. Okay, but like, so I missed it, but I watched it on the internet later. Shout out to the people in the audience that record everything. Amazing. First of all, he had on my favorite blue.
Okay, let me tell you, it is a good blue. I didn't like the pants jacket combo together. Like, I like the jacket.
You just wanted him to be naked.
No, ma'am. I like the jacket.
I wanted him to be naked, please.
And then I could have liked the pants. But I didn't like them together. Like, I wanted them to be a little separate.
I don't know. I wasn't mad about it.
I mean, I wasn't mad, but if I can choose.
How did you feel about the performance?
I loved his performance. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was cohesive.
Why are you so good?
Like, because he's been Vegas showing it out. Like, number one, this was nothing for him. He probably made this line up in an overnight.
Flew out.
And then we done.
He was there for a day. Flew in.
One man show,
he wanted to see.
He ain't had no backup dancers. He was like, what I need them for, because I can do this shit. Usher he was out there like he was 25.
But most of the performers there did not have like.
Most of the performers there were trash. Okay.
Hey,
Sorry.
If somebody would like to go check on Lil Wayne.
I didn't watch second day, but I did see a couple of clips, and I heard shout out to Drake. Cause
Drake brought out
everybody, like
people.
Yeah, he was amazing. I seen a couple of clips, and I was like, damn, that was cool.
Ain't nobody gonna check on Lil Wayne in his nightgown. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Can we go back to Usher? Thanks.
Okay, because I was like that.
I can't speak on the second night because I ain't watching, but the first night. Okay, listen. Okay, hear me out.
Y'all didn't. I don't know if y'all saw the rub of the thigh that happened here.
That's my.
It was
that mean my. This be like, okay, I'm a little irritated, but I'm a woosah through my irritation.
Yeah, it was
That's what that is. City girls, hear me out.
They're not gonna hear you.
They're never gonna hear me.
They're not gonna hear anybody. First of all, JT is there.
She's so fine.
Cause she gotta be. JT is so.
She's so gorgeous.
I feel like people be like Young Miami because she with Diddy, but
no, JT is like, so gorgeous.
She's so and even before she's gotten body done or work done, like you were just.
She's just gorgeous. As soon as she came on, I was like, JT, ma'am, I wasn't even talking about her body, it was just her.
That's what I'm saying. Before all of that, like she's just been. Shout out to also Uzi. That's you.
Yeah, that's a dynamic.
Gotta keep her happy. That's a happy lady.
Hear me out though. I see the try.
Do you?
Do. They had choreographed moments. Yes, I see the try.
Okay, I see her. It's like what you tell your like middle school kids. Your middle schoolers, I see, yay, effort. Get it. No, we're adults. We are adults now.
Okay.
I just want to. Why go find Nosy? Let him. He was there on the same day. What do you know?
The next day.
Next day. Okay.
I see the try, and I say that meaning they had choreographed moments, which means you purposely put that in the show. Purposely. Y'all tried to work the stage. They did Diddy bop their ass across the stage. I ain't gonna hold you. They had moments where they was trying, but it really felt like I showed up to practice the other day, and then this what you got. Like, I just want y'all to invest in your performance and your showmanship.
You want to know what makes me
But
upset
I'm a person
about the
who's
City
very
Girls?
into that type of stuff, so my bad.
No, here's what makes me upset about the City Girls for real. And this is no shade. When JT was in jail, Carisha performed better.
I don't recall.
JT was in jail, and when so all the early bops that you know, JT was locked up for that shit.
I know
She
that.
was not doing none of that kind. And not that Carisha was great. Young Miami was not the best of performers at all because she came to the internet. She could not rap on beats. Okay, she was not, but in terms of performance and effort, and you saw her growth and trying, she did a lot better prior to JTV, because in her mind, and she said this, it was an interview, I don't remember where I watched that, but she was like, I gotta hold us down to make sure we okay, so when you come out, we ain't just lost and nobody knows us, right? I need you to get that same energy every time.
She tries, but the one thing that I think about women rappers, and this is not a shade thing, it's all for them when they get on stage, it's so much beauty, right? And I want you to be pretty on stage, and I want you to be comfortable. But it's very it also I feel like it holds you back because you want something sexy and contour when you wear. You want your hair, you want this, and you want all that. You want the heels, you want this. And you look mad uncomfortable. You can't move.
I'm
I
need
shit
y'all
don't
to
fit
decide
you.
what type
Your
of woman
boobs,
y'all are.
yeah, and it just be too much. And I'm you can't perform how you should be performing.
I think the challenge with them,
you don't do anything stamina wise because you can't even get through a verse of your own song.
Let me tell you, because I tell y'all all the time my cardio's trash. But I think the problem, or the challenge that they have is they are two very different types of performers. I think that Young Miami, Carisha, by herself, would be very much so live and lit and let me do it. Personality-wise, I think JT is a more chill, I'm going to just come out, I'm going to do my bars, audience engagement type person. If you have not spent time developing what that looks like as a group, and I don't think they have. I think they just decided people like our music, so we gonna come perform our music. But y'all haven't, in terms of a show, figured out what y'all balance looks like. Because you have artists who are female rappers, very much concerned about beauty. Cardi and Meg ain't never coming out. And Meg is gonna throw ass and rap her ass off in her black ones. Not that she wear Meg is out here in courses, all the ass out here. And I was like, Meg, that's good on your fucking genetics, bitch, because I don't know.
But in that same breath,
and will rap her ass off and still do choreography. Cardi pregnant. I have been at a concert with Cardi pregnant with a bitch climb beams.
And that's what I was gonna say. Cardi, she care about her looks, but she give you performance. She actually, you can see the growth. And Cardi ain't no dancer in that sense, but you can see that she worked in the studio. She worked with her choreographer. She worked with trying to do stage presence. She worked with having the atmosphere. And I'm is that a single artist thing that you can't do with a duet? I don't know.
Your Lakikis, and you have
Not
your.
the Lakikis.
That's what her name is.
Who?
It's a female rapper. It's Lakiki.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
What they are, and then you have your it's female rappers that they're not glam. They're we're rapping Rhapsody. You got I can't remember the rest of her name. You got all these female rappers that I'm coming out here bar for bar, and I'm not here for the beauty effect of it. I mean, and but they still have performance.
Yeah.
I think it's the Nicki Minaj, Beyonce effect. We want to look stage. And don't get me wrong, Lil Kim did it. You know what I'm saying? But I
y'all
think
not
Lil Kim
doing
was
it.
still more comfortable in what she was doing. I think these rap.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't find a comfort in, like, Lil Kim used to be out here in leotards and boots and heels, but she worked the stage. Like, it was comfortable for her. So I'm not telling you to take away your beauty from it. I'm telling you, work on your costume. Or work on your shoes. Like, you got to be able to still perform.
Your performance. Yeah,
you still got to be able to perform and be this glammed and beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? I watched JT pull that leotard out her ass 1,001 times throughout that show.
And like it's okay, so that's a different fucking thing of like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Like,
not mad
every
about
performer
that.
has had their like wardrobe
Up, down,
is fucked
yes.
up.
Yes.
It's not my size. I didn't gain 5 pounds since you did my size, and then I didn't want to tell your ass that shit. So that happens. I just feel like that happens with them all the time.
Yeah.
They ain't never had a performance where that's not.
I just feel like y'all could be great, but I really feel I don't know y'all, so please don't feel no type of way. But I'm like, I don't know if y'all invest the same amount of time in getting your show together. Period. Like, it just
like, I don't feel like
period.
I don't think Tierra Whack is getting up here doing that. I don't think Flo Milli finna get up here and do that. I don't think Lotto finna get up here and do that. Like, they are all very different types of rappers. What's Ice Spice? I don't think they like Ice, because that's
the hair. Yeah, I knew where you was going.
Ice Spice, like, I think that, like, again, challenge because they're a group.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find your 2 different ways of doing things and then create the balance. But that's some shit y'all need to be practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be willing to get in the studio, dance and vocally to figure out what the fuck that looks like.
Yeah,
that's it. Y'all can't be up there. But shout out to Drizzy Drake. He brought out Everybody and Their Mama.
Everybody and Their Mama.
He brought out
I
21.
loved seeing the crowd saying "I Will Always Love You."
I did too.
That was super cute. Bringing out Glorilla, amazing. Uzi.
Everybody and Lil Wayne again.
And Wayne.
Lil Wayne, if you
So
want to
I
drop your
did see
t-shirt line for your
I saw a
night
couple
gowns.
of clips, but I'm gonna go back and watch the whole show. But
and also nobody shouts out J. Cole. Like, that's his whole festival. Like,
Yeah.
Dream Deal is his festival. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
I'm starting this. Black artists need a place to showcase. Part of why I set up the way that it is because, like, this ain't gonna be no big ass fucking dumb stuff. This is artists coming and being able to perform for their crowd.
Ari Lennox was fine.
As hell all the time.
She was fine.
Hey,
Sean Paul, shout out to him because he did amazing.
Summer Walker.
I missed her.
She did really good.
I missed her.
She did really good.
Okay.
And also, apparently, you don't want to see her in the basketball at Dave & Buster's because she's gonna beat your ass.
Oh, all right, Summer. I'll see you. Did we miss anybody? Am I missing anybody
It's
else?
a lot of people that we didn't.
That
J.I.D. was there. Lil Durk was there.
Oh yeah, Lil Durk. Shout out to Chi-Town Finest.
I don't know your songs.
I don't know this man's song.
How you feel about the drink? I don't know them. I'm not gonna.
Listen, shout out to Durk, but I'm sorry. Oh,
Chi-Town represent.
Do your shit.
Nice for us.
Our Chi-Town rap contribution is drill, and I just, whew.
It's not that. Like, I like some drill music. I just can't tell you who made what.
It ain't even got nothing to do with drill. I can't tell you who half artist is out right now to tell them what they did.
It's no just
Dead ass. I'm in the auntie stage, and I'm okay with that. But about your drink, this was amazing. I'm going to give it a 5 for your Lavender S.O.S. Is that what we called it?
S-O-S.
Someone help me. Yes. What you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a 5. Cause she did her thing.
She did.
Like, it's a situation. Y'all are welcome.
Make sure you guys follow us on everything. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. But yes, you can follow us on all of these things down here. And
we'll see you next week. Deuces. Now you're gonna have to change my name to H2. I have a story time for you. I did not know that was a part of the song, but I have a story time for you. That I don't.
The rain.
I have a story time. No, we don't like this.
I just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy. I had to find the song.
Declined. Okay, bitch, declined.